What's up, Dave? 35 months, congratulations. I don't know why Caster Labs got that wrong. That's funny. I guess it doesn't understand how to do that properly. That's weird. Why is that? Who knows? But 35 months. Incredible. We're only one away from 3 years. That's crazy. Apparently my Caster Labs is all kinds of jacked up. Alright, plugins, widgets, Twitch chat. Yeah, I don't know. It's supposed to work. Nothing I can do about it, I don't think. Alright, so... let me have all the windows open. Okay, close that. YouTube's going. I've got both chats open. Everything seems good to go. Turn off the preview to save my graphics card. And I think we are good to go. So, I have already done a few maps. We got our first Atlas points, which was nice. And then I happened to find a unique map, apparently. Almost on accident, and I got 2 Atlas points from that. So I have 4 Atlas points so far, and more or less my build is the same. I did find... what did I find that was good? Was it these bracers? No, I had those before. I found something. I got so lucky. This ring, I ended up hitting it with 3 exalts, and I got 12% lightning damage, 82 life, and I think it was the 19 dexterity. But it was just like everything I hit it with was a great bonus. I did some more exalts on other things and didn't get amazing things, but I think that 14% rarity was from exalting it. So anyway, hey Harem Esu. I do not stream Pyanodons right now, except for special events like the 100-hour episode that I did. I usually just release the Pi episodes on YouTube.
Go on.
So for now, at least, my streams are from other games than Factorio.
Indeed.
Oh, I did find a new bow. That's what I found. I found a bow that does more damage, which is nice. It doesn't shoot the 2 arrows at once, though, which is a bit unfortunate, because that means it takes me longer to set up all my lightning rods, but that's okay.
Hello.
And then, yeah, I guess we're just gonna pop into maps here. I've mostly been doing tier 1s, but I think I'm ready to make the jump to tier 2s. So why don't we do something easy like this one? Some extra items and rarity. So it's all behind the scenes. I mean, I guess does it count as behind the scenes when I'm releasing something to YouTube? I don't really know. I mean, yeah, it's not streamed live though. What is this? Cleansed? What does that mean? Oh, there was corruption. Interesting. That's new. At least I don't remember seeing that before. Yeah, definitely missing out on the chat distractions. That is true. So this is where we finally got our Atlas points when we cleansed that area. So did we not cleanse this area? Oh, I guess if you fail the corrupted nexus, which we did, then it doesn't cleanse the coalesced corruptions. Huh. Interesting. I've been trying to do delirium, so I hit this one with a delirium tablet, and I'm thinking I can hit this one with... in fact, why don't we do that? Well, I guess I maybe shouldn't do that with... it's fine. Oh, wait. We need to hit it with a waystone with 3 modifiers. And then I can do 2 things. And we can get all the stuff going on. How about... that seems a little scary. Why don't I just hit it with a Regal? 40% chance to poison. I can survive that. I hope. You're setting up geothermal, or you're at the point where I'm setting up geothermal and you're saying it's too far away. Yeah, it is definitely pretty far away. But that's how it is in Pyanodons. Everything's far away at the beginning. And that is how the Pyanodons do. Okay. So, where are we?
Even from up here.
This is a new map. I don't think I've seen this one yet. Oh, we got a rare already. Okay, I really need to turn off Orbs of Augmentation, I think. It's over 4,000 tiles away from the spawn. Wait, what? On my map? I don't think it was 4,000. Maybe it was. I guess I don't remember for sure. Oh, look, a wisp. Oh, on your map. Okay. I'd hope you have one closer than that at least, because that is really far away. I hate these proximal tangibility guys. Alright, so we'll rain down lightning upon our foes. Ouch. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, grab all the good stuff.
Straight through the heart.
What is going on? Oh, it's stuck on that. My footrest thing is doing weird stuff. It's next to a lead mine. Yeah, the nice thing about geothermal though is you don't have to like all you have to do is get water to it and a power line connection. You don't have to do anything else. Oh, I'm getting some lag here. Wait, what is going on? Is this like a multi-level map? I think it is. There's nothing else here. It's in the middle of a desert. Classic. But my point is you don't have to bring water from your base necessarily. You only have to bring it from the nearest water source. But yeah, sometimes geothermal's a bit annoying. It's probably still worth setting up, to be honest, though. Right, there's another tier 2 waystone. And
Coming out of the water.
just kill all the things here. And we got our rare. Whoa. That was a weird lag spike. I wonder if it's because I'm getting more spikes. I don't know if they're network related or... I might need to change my settings back. I changed VSync to adaptive, and I think that could be screwing things up. Well, no, it is a latency spike that's happening. Whenever I feel that quick pause, it is due to latency. 14 belts of ash? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a lot. Are you doing hard mode? or any sort of multiplier. So is there a boss up here? Yes, there is. Stormgore. AKA Blackjaw. Get wrecked. Ow. Will you just chill inside of all this lightning crap for me? Oh yeah. Oh, that is a big pile of stuff. No fish turbines due to lack of water. Yeah, that's rough. We got a unique, we got a tier 3 item. Hey, Joe, how's it going? This game looks like the genre of Diablo? Yes. How would you describe it to a person that's never played either? Well, it is ARPG is the genre. Basically, it's like... It's hard because there are some games you could also sort of compare it to, but if you don't know what those are, then you have to keep trying. But... there's it's kind of like Borderlands. That's another looter game. It's all about the loot, right? You get tons of items from enemies, and it's all about the itemization of your character and the skill build of your character. This is the passive skill tree, and there's so many different options you can go. It looks really scary, but once you're into it a little bit, it's not quite as bad as it looks. And then there's a bunch of different skills that your character can use. So it's a little bit like if you took Skyrim, but instead of... it's far more about killing huge amounts of monsters and getting tons of loot than like an item here or an item there. Oh. This, if this had a movement speed, this would be an insanely expensive boots. 30 cold, 35 lightning. I'm willing to hit that with an exalt just to find out. Ah, I tried. People might still want it anyway, I don't know. Yeah, holy skill tree is right. The good thing to know is most of those are very small effects. It's just... like, a lot of them are like 5% more type of this damage or 5% more of that, and then some of them are actually doing something big. But... what's up, Sviplet? Yeah, Diablo 2 is a great one. Yeah, actually, Vampire Survivors is a bit inspired by ARPGs. It's kind of a mixture of a roguelike with bullet hell with ARPG, is kind of what Vampire Survivors is. Alright, what's this? Nothing, nothing. I can't hit it again, Alor, unfortunately, because I don't have any more exalts. But you're right, it does have one more spot. So here, let me sell... I have a bunch of... I don't need all these. I'll sell... I think it's actually armorer's scrap is worth more. I'll sell a stack of armorer's scrap.
Hey.
I'm still not doing... keep hitting the wrong button. I'm not doing trade, but I am willing to do currency exchange. So I'm like, I don't know if it's like halfway SSF. Anyway, I have 20 of this. So we'll lock that in. And there's my 6 exalts. And then I do that. And we still didn't get movement speed. Dang. I don't know if that was worth the risk or not, but I would have been able to sell that thing for like 20 exalts or more if I had gotten movement speed on that. I maybe should have used an essence. How much are the movement speed essences? Do I not even have one? I don't even have one. How much do they cost at the currency exchange? Well, I wouldn't have been able to use it. Never mind, that's not how essences work. Essences only work on 2 modifier things. And they're about 1-to-1 with Exalted Orbs right now. And it's not guaranteed that you get movement speed, but... Okay, this has movement speed. 12 cold, 24 lightning, 50 to life because of strength, and 55 to mana. Yeah, Harem, D3 is really fun. I enjoyed Diablo 3 a lot as well. Diablo 2 was great. I've played modded Diablo 2, a bunch of different varieties of modded Diablo 2 before. And this is really only the 3rd ARPG I've ever gotten into. I was into Diablo 2, I was into Diablo 3, and then I've gotten into this. I could not get into Diablo 4. I hated it. I've played a few other ones, like I played a decent amount of Grim Dawn. You're right, that 10%'s not probably enough. I played a decent amount of Grim Dawn. I played a decent amount of... whatchamacallit. It feels bad selling these, but I don't think I should keep them. What's the other one? The one that's still going. Last Epoch. Or Epic, or however you say that word. Life, lightning damage to attacks is nice. Fire damage, lightning resistance. That's a lot of lightning damage with attacks. No, it's not. I guess it's not that much. Lightning resistant. Just looking through this stuff. I don't think I've looked at the shop since I leveled up. That one could be worth rolling. 8 to 18. Probably not.
The nameless creep ever closer.
Okay, what is this, by the way? I haven't even looked at this. Increase spell damage, increase cast speed, lose 10 life per enemy killed, increase mana regen, +4 to level of hypothermia skills. Wait, isn't that just one skill? Interesting. Well, that's not bad. Oh, I need to turn on my Exile UI thing real quick. And apparently, and I don't know how to fix this, you guys can't see my Exile UI thing. Because it's an overlay of some sort. And I don't know how... I don't know if I can make it work or not. Back to Pi Mods, have fun with that. I don't know. I wonder if I do... Wait, where'd my game go? Hold on. I don't know what happened. I wonder if I can do capture third-party overlays, such as Steam. Will that work? No. Yeah, I thought about doing screen capture, but I generally try not to do that. Still not showing up. How do I do this? Maybe what I'll do... this underneath. Okay, hold on. Sorry. We're almost there. I think now it'll work. Yeah, now you can see it. So, this is what it actually shows when we're looking at... and sorry, I lost my chat windows here. See, this is why I don't like display capture. You guys can see me alt-tabbing and everything. It makes me feel like something's gonna happen. It's iffy. I don't know. I don't think I want to do it. If I can find another way to show Exile UI, I will, but I don't feel comfortable with screen capping that way. Not that there's anything that's... it's like, I don't know how I would dox myself, but you never know. You never know. Alright, well, anyway, Exile UI is really cool, and it shows me the roll range. The thing that's really useful, the reason I was trying to pull it up, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, is that when you look at the tiers of the item in the game, unfortunately they're backwards. Meaning tier 1 isn't the best, tier 1 is the worst. But you don't know how high they go. It has tier 7 physical damage rolled. That's pretty good, but out of how many? Is it 7 out of 12? Is it 7 out of 8? Those are very different things. But with Exile UI, when you view the thing, it shows you the reverse. So it makes 1 the best on everything, and it even has a bar that fills up from left to right that shows you like how high the roll is globally out of everything. So like I can see here that physical damage wise, this is the 3rd best roll, third best range, that is, and then the actual roll within that range, I don't know. You can set it so that the bar from left to right is filled based on the range of just that roll, or you can set it if it's filled based on the global possibility of physical damage. So then you can see, like, if the bar is all the way to the right, that means it's basically the most physical damage anything could ever roll with. Whereas if it's just within that range, if the bar is all the way to the right, that just means you rolled the best possible damage for that tier of physical damage. I think I like the global one better, but again, it just sucks that you guys can't see that, and I don't know of a way to make it work. Because when the problem is just like when I'm adding a game capture, there's no application window that shows up that I could select for the auto hotkey thing. Maybe I need to add a, is it a window capture? Maybe image? I don't know. Because even when the overlay's there, I just there's nothing that OBS sees that it could capture. So yeah, I don't really know of how I can make this work, unfortunately. Anyway, sorry, we'll keep playing. Could I also capture the UI window? Oh yeah, that's what I already read. I don't know. I might play with it later. I don't want to waste everybody's time. Alright, so what's next? Area contains 10 additional packs of iron guards? Is that a new one? Don't remember seeing that before. Anyway, we have a map now, so what tablets do we want to get? So, I kind of want to do Breach and Delirium. I already used my Delirium tablet. Ritual altars. Expedition encounters. Bosses. Irradiated or ritual altars. Let's do ritual altars. I haven't really been doing expeditions. Oh wait, sorry, I gotta magicify these. Monster density, breaches open and close faster. What does that even mean, open and close faster? I don't totally understand the breach mechanic. I mean, I get the basics of like, the breach opens, you kill stuff, and then the breach eventually closes, but like, how do you keep it going? I don't know. Revived monsters from ritual altars have 21% increased chance to be magic. 20% increased magic monsters in your maps. Okay. 3% increased quantity of items found in your maps. Cool. And what is this increased number of influenced maps by 10%? I don't totally get that. But we should get some yummy maps in this range. Beautiful. So now let's go ahead and I could go to this one and get even some more yummy maps, but we don't need to juice it that hard, I don't think. We're still in the beginning. There's already a lot going on here. Breaches, rituals, increased quantity of items found. It's all great. You keep it going by killing things. Well, I get that part. But is it different than Delirium where it doesn't matter where you are in the breach? It's not like you have to stay in a specific spot. Because Delirium, you have to like stay in the fog, which is confusing to me because I feel like I can't really see where the fog is. So Delirium has been frustrating to me too. And I've Googled it and I've talked to people and it seems like people are like, go with the fog. And it's just such a, it's like everything's fog. The whole screen is fog. So to me, it's not clear where the line is. Like, obviously I can see that there's fog on the screen. That's not the problem. But where is the fog? And where's the line of the fog is what is completely unclear to me every time I've done Delirium. I keep trying to notice and I can't seem to spot it. Alright, let's do this ritual here. Apparently we're gonna have more magic monsters. Ow. These purple things are evil. Where's the monster to kill? Oh. Alright. Ooh, armor scrap. Anything crazy good? I'm sure we'll find out. That's a lot of physical damage, but maybe not good enough. Oh, it's a mana drainer. Stay back. Okay, the good news is there hasn't been encoding lag yet, so it seems like you guys aren't getting lagged out by my graphics card dying. So that's good. Also, what level are we at? 66? Monster level-wise? And I'm already at 72. I did a lot of Tier 1 maps. I did only Tier 1 maps all the way to the Nexus, and I did count. Because of failing that first corrupted Nexus, it took me 20 maps to get our first Atlas points, which was frustrating. Whereas the old system, you only needed to do 10. They did address that in today's or yesterday's announcement, whenever they announced this. They are planning to make it a little bit better so that you won't have to do as many corrupted Nexuses to get all of your points. So that's good. It really, to be honest, I'm very impressed with GGG in this patch cycle. It feels like they made a lot of mistakes on the initial patch, but then they've done a really good job in the first couple weeks here, making things better. So I'm very happy with that. Man, these ritual altars can be really tight squeezes when the map is not a very open map. And that's something that once you play enough, you kind of understand, like, oh, in trenches plus ritual is going to be interesting, you know, because it's a skinny map. Rarity, Omen of Greater Exaltation. I like all the omens. Just because they're cool. I don't know if that one's worth anything. Okay, let's not get hit by the Ichor Killer, the Lumbering. This guy's got a lot of health.
Almost a challenge.
Regal Orb, I'll take it. Or an Exalted Orb from a yellow chest, I'll take that. Yeah, Aelor, I don't totally understand the point of this. Your next Exalted Orb will add 2 random modifiers. How is that different than just having 2 Exalted Orbs? That's one of those items where I question if it earns its existence in the game. You know, it's like, shouldn't items in the game like have a reason to exist? And that one just doesn't. It's literally just it doubles an Exalted Orb, aka 2 Exalted Orbs. I don't understand the point of that. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but
Fingers crossed, looks on this side.
ouch. That hurt, whatever that was. Linen belt. Don't need any of those. Okay, so here's the breach. So I have to follow the edge of it, is what you're saying? And kill stuff? And is there some sort of indicator somewhere on the screen for, like, how I'm doing? Or not so much? Because the Delirium has a countdown if you exit the fog that you can pay attention to. See, now it's closing. What? I was following it. I don't know what I did. What did I do wrong? Wait, no items? Literally 0? Well, that's disappointing. Right, I realized that it's along the whole edge, not just... But we couldn't follow all the edges at once due to the map design. But there's not like something I was missing there. That's basically all we could do. Maybe I could have picked a better path along the trenches, but that was just, that's it. You just kind of run around the edge and kill stuff. Is it also helpful if there are other mobs that are already on the map in those areas, or does it only count the mobs spawned by itself in order to help sustain it? Alright, that's the map completed. Finish this ritual altar. There's 2 more ritual altars, in fact. What's going on here? Wow. There's a lot of enemies. Okay, what do we end up with? An Orb of Alchemy. Ooh, that's pretty good. Isn't that better than a Vol Orb here? Because a Vol Orb, I can't remember the prices. You get 3 Vol Orbs per Exalt. I think alchemies you only get like 1, right? Or 2? I don't remember. Oh well, that's what I'll go with. And I still have 1 more ritual, so I can defer that Vol Orb again, make it discounted. I'm gonna guess it's this way. And it is not this way. Alright, well, one last chance. It's somewhere in the middle here. Right, time efficiency wise. But I mean, I'm just questioning, like, if there's any other mechanical reason to do it that way. I really wish there was a good explanation on those mechanics and exactly how they worked. Like, in the game. Because the game teaches you nothing. Other than, like, hey, if you kill delirium monsters, you can get some rewards, and they're tough monsters. That's like all the game says about all the mechanics, pretty much. Ritual, it actually teaches you a few things in the campaign, but not so much with the other ones. The game kind of just throws you into the deep end and expects you to Google stuff. Wow, that is a death zone in there. This is a horrible map for ritual altars. Though this choke point's kind of nice. Because they're all getting clogged up over here. Alright. Cool. I don't think we need any of those items, so we'll defer the Vol Orb, which should give me a future discount. And then go home. Alright, what's this greater exaltation? Okay, what does that mean, by the way? Oh, I had leftovers. I see. Okay, that is pretty close to an exalted orb. It's worth less than 1 exalted orb, but it's not... It's more than half of an exalted orb, so that's decent as far as a reward from ritual. Now, alchemy... Okay, I was correct. Alchemies are about half of an exalt. And regals are about a third. Between a third and a fourth, and vols are also okay. They're even less than a fourth. Vols are pretty cheap then, which is good to know. 15% movement speed. I don't think that's worth holding on to. And then those are also just cool. Okay. Now. Omens don't stack, which feels weird to me. Does that feel weird to anybody else? It feels like Omens should stack. I feel like I'm gonna have to buy a whole tab just for Omens. But I don't even know if you can. Omens, I guess, would that be Ritual? Omens probably fit under Ritual. Yeah. I don't know what Fragment is. Breach, Delirium, Expedition, Ritual, those are 4. Fragment, I think, includes tablets, which is weird. Anyway, these Simulacrum Splinters are worth a good amount. 5 of those is an Exalt. If Omens would stack, you would activate a stack at once. Well, I mean, no, they could just activate 1 out of the stack.
Hello there.
At least, that's how I would imagine it working, if you had a stack in your inventory. I guess the point is that it would be too powerful to be able to carry stacks of them in your inventory. As far as the ones that do something in combat. Like this one. This one is worth like 8 exalts. I was pretty happy when I saw how much that was worth. I'll sell it someday, but that day is not today. Anyway, cool. Next map. Tier 2, there's a rare, there's a normal. What's this? Increased gold, pack size, armored. Oh, it went away. Armored and 40% chance to poison on hit. Yeah, I'll handle it. Let's do another breach. See if we can get a better breach here on Oasis. That's not how currency works. What's not how currency works? Sorry, with stream delay, it's really hard to know what you're responding to sometimes. You have multiple omens going at once. Oh, like maybe you could have an omen that does suffixes only, and then you double that one. So you use the 2 omens to get... One omen basically doubles the value of a different omen. Maybe. That's a great question. I have no idea how that works. Okay, here's my breach. Of course, it's in a trench area. I feel like I'm gonna be better off going this way. So we'll kill... Ah! We'll kill enemies this direction for a minute. And then we'll switch to going this way. Now, I'm supposed to run into these clasped hands? Yes. And do those clasped hands show up as a reward for killing stuff, or do they just spawn naturally as I go? What's the situation there? Okay, that one went a little better at least. I got a couple splinters. And a level up. Almost forgot about that part. I was so excited by what was going on. Alright. This is probably a dead end. I don't know if... Yeah, I don't need to go this way. Ow. Alright, what's our next... I think we're back to doing whatever we want. Yeah, we did get to Lightning Rod. So there's a 30% chance for my lightning damage hits to be lucky. Which means it's like rolling with advantage in D&D. So it rolls the damage twice and takes the higher one. So I could just do a simple 10% increased lightning damage. I could go over and start working on crit chance. I could penetrate 15% more. Elemental resistance. Which is powerful against enemies that already have a good amount of resistance, but I've already got like 20% penetration, I think, which is probably about all I need. For now, at least. I don't know. I could go into this lightning damage one. And get a higher chance to shock. I could go into attack damage and skill effect duration. Where else is attack damage? Melee. That's physical. That's pretty powerful. But nowhere near where we're at. 30% oh yeah, I was looking at coming over to this one earlier. 30% increased attack damage against rare or unique enemies. Plus a 10% increased crit chance. That's a pretty powerful node. But I just can't get there easily. Maybe I'll do the distilled emotions thing for that. I don't know. Skill speed, electrocute. Huh. I could start doing my weapon set divergence and just start down the spear chain. Focused thirst is pretty strong. Sorry, focused thrust. Thirst. And we'll have that 4 levels from now. And then with bow attacks, 4 levels from now, we'll have something. Okay. So that's for weapon set 2. Okay. We'll go with that for now. And let's go kill some more stuff.
That was almost a challenge.
That was almost a challenge. So many waystones now.
Need more time.
I feel like the
Lightning strikes twice.
waystone drops are kind of crazy. I have so many. Whoa, there's a lag spike. I have so many tier 1 waystones. I could probably make a tier 5 with them if I wanted to, just from combining them. It's kind of nuts. I was having some problems with sustain before, especially if I wasn't doing waystones that had a big waystone drop chance increase in League 1. But then in League 2, they're like, hey, we give you freebies at the end and we still drop a bunch. And now it's just like, oh my god, I have infinity waystones. Granted, I'm guessing the chance goes down. I think it does when we get to higher maps. So it's probably good that you have more than you need for tier 1. That's how it should be. It is just tier 1 maps after all. Essence of Torment. I don't know how good any of the essences are in terms of money. Alright, you're dead. That's a 2 charm belt. Support gem, greater glacial rune. Yes, please. Always take a greater rune. Just watch the whole screen die. Such a satisfying feeling. Whetstone, Regal Shard, Ritual Altar Time. Get out of there. Okay. I'll view the favors at the next one. Who are you? Evasive? Try evading this. Another exalted orb. Let's go, baby. Alright. I like the exalts. Ow. Siphons, mana.
Hot and starved.
Rude. I just don't think the mana donut is big enough to feel like you can actually stay inside of it and not just get absolutely creamed by the enemy that you're standing right next to. So it is a tricky situation. Like, yeah, if you can just sit there and wail on them if you're like a soldier or something, but
That was almost a challenge.
another Regal Shard and Exalted Orb. That makes 2 of each. Regal Shards are worth a lot less. And there's some Waystones. Alright, we're still missing 2 Ritual Altars. Is this the one we already did up here? Or... yeah, that's the one I already did. You know, there might be one over here. Nope. Right. I guess that makes sense. But when it's an enemy that wants to be in melee, it's a mechanic that is far more punishing for ranged. Alright. I guess it depends on the enemy. Some of them it's easy to stay away from. And, you know, I think I said this last time. It is fun to have some combos of, like, certain enemies with certain, you know, modifiers that are really hard. I do think that's fun. I just think the mana drain is too fast, that's all. Like, even with the donut, I still think it's too fast. It's like you can't even sit in it for like 1 second without losing pretty much your entire mana pool. It's so punishing. Alright, is that it? Wait, there's a beetle that I can't get to. That's hilarious. Okay, there we go. We found a hole in the wall. Wait, what's going on? Oh, it's this guy. Okay, it wasn't that beetle. I think that beetle was unrelated. So we're still at 2 out of 3, so I can still go again. Whoa. No. Block chance 41% though. Is that worth anything? I don't know. That's the other hard part. I don't know what's good. I do know a ring with 3 resistances is good. I will buy that. Melee, cold damage, increased physical damage. It's just +1 to melee skills is not very much, right? According to this thing I'm looking at, that's actually the best it can roll. Wait, never mind. That's not true. I'm gonna say no to that. What's the Omen? Oh, that's the Exalted Orb one again? Okay. Fair enough, let's go find the other ritual, and then we will have completed map.
Lightning strikes twice.
Oh, there's a boss? Wait, what? What? I'm so confused. Why is that an orange checkpoint? But there's no boss. This is the boss area, obviously. Huh. Odd. Where do you guys think the other ritual altar is? Maybe over here? Maybe in that corner to the left? Maybe right there in the middle. Be hiding anywhere. No, it's not right there. It's not over here. Well. Kind of like the old system would show you rares when there were only a couple left. I feel like it should show you... Oh, it was right here. It should show you rituals when you've already killed all the rares. And all the other mechanics, too, if you haven't already done them. Delirium's usually not hard to find because it's at the beginning of the map. But breaches and rituals and expeditions could show up. So we've killed all the rares. And those frenzy charges. Basically there. Is that it? One more? One more of those rock beetles. Got him. Alright, what do we got? More money? 1480. So that's enough to defer this again. Gives me more of a future discount, I think. I don't need anything else. That probably wasn't worth doing now that I think about it. I mean, I might as well buy an item to sell for gold. What's going to be worth the most money? I have no idea. I'll buy that crossbow and this wand. You can re-roll the loot. Did I have 1,000? I guess I had 1,000, didn't I? Though I only had like 1,100, so I don't know if it would have been enough to do anything after re-rolling. But
on with the work. Go on. Speak.
Okay, sell. Sell. What's this? Sell.
Indeed.
I have 3 breach splinters now. Okay, so anyway, this ring, should I wear it? I mean, lightning, fire, more lightning, mana regen, and evasion. Total resistances are 43 plus 9 is 52%. I don't know, we'll just sell it. If someone wants to throw 5 exalts at me, then they can have it. Alright, next map. What do we got? Rarity of items, cursed with elemental weakness. I'll just do these 2 next. And then we'll do another delirium. I kind of want to keep doing breach, actually. Now, here's a question. You can instill waystones, and this is another thing where the game just does not explain it, like, at all. They say, like, 10 words where they need to say 100. Where am I looking for? With these things, you can instill waystones with layers of delirium. And when you do that, you can not have any rewards that drop as delirium fog does not disappear. So when you do the instilling, it doesn't drop delirium rewards. But will it drop more tablets for Delirium, or is that mainly just a way to use your distilled emotions as map juicing? Because if your goal is to collect Delirium rewards, you actually shouldn't run the things, the distilled emotion waystones, is how I'm understanding that. Joe, yes, there is trade with other players. It's kind of, when I say kind of, I mean very archaic. You literally, there's a trade website, so yes, you need a browser to play the game, realistically, if you're trading. And you thankfully the search, like there's a lot of really powerful search filters, so you can find what you're looking for. And then there's a button you can click on the website that will automatically whisper the player, and they have to be online, but thankfully you can filter your search to only search for items that are by online players. And then you click a button and it'll automatically whisper that player, and then that player can invite you to their hideout, and you can do the exchange real quick, which is kind of just a classic like trade window. You put your item up there, they put their item up there. But yeah, it's pretty archaic. So you list your items for a certain price, and then people can find your items on the trade site. And then they'll whisper. So like you'll randomly get whispers while you're playing, and then you gotta like pause what you're doing for a second, go sell the item to that player, you know, invite them to your hideout. It takes less than 60 seconds, so it's not too bad, but it is annoying. And that's on purpose, because if it wasn't that annoying, then people would be flipping items and stuff way more often, and bots would be a huge problem. Bots are already a problem, so I don't really know how much of an argument that is or isn't. I'm not knowledgeable enough to speak to that. I know bots are a problem in this game, but would that make them way worse? I'm not sure. So the thing that I think would fix it is if items could only be traded once. And once an item's traded to somebody, it's now soulbound to that player forever. Maybe that would be bad, I don't know, but in my mind that fixes most of the problems. Or maybe once an item... Yeah, I don't know. There's no great way to fix it. It's not just a bots thing, it's also to make items harder to get. Yes, I didn't mention that, but that's true too. They put the wall of the trade being difficult in front of you so that you can't just easily upgrade all your stuff in 2 seconds from an auction house. Which, I don't know, that's how other games do it, and it works okay for those other games. So I'm not totally sure if the archaic system is justified. I'm gonna go this way with the breach. Where are all the enemies? There's no enemies spawning. Well, Breach is a lot less enjoyable than Delirium for me so far. Like, what was I supposed to do differently there? I mean, obviously I could have gone left instead of right, but was there a super real reason I should have gone left instead of right? Not that I could see. I killed every enemy that showed up, and I didn't get one splinter. I didn't get one... I don't know, it just feels kind of weird. Whereas Delirium, like, as you're running through the map blasting enemies, you're getting, you know, 4+ distilled emotions every time, plus some simulacrum splinters. Maybe I'm still missing something and I'm just bad, but at least in my basic experience, ooh, unique! The fog has been a much easier to play with mechanic than Breach. Okay, what is this? A long quarterstaff. Increased melee strike range, increased area of effect for attacks, increased attack speed per dexterity, and increased weapon damage per strength. Wow. That's cool. But yeah, anyway, Joe, back to the trading thing. I agree for the most part. Like, from a player coming into the game in 2025, and then you learn that the trade system works like a game from 1998, it's a little bit of a shock. Sure, there are reasons for it, but like, I'm of the opinion that they should find something that feels a bit more modern that accomplishes the same goals. Because it really does feel like you're playing RuneScape back in, you know, 2004 or whatever. It does not feel like a modern game when you learn about the trade system. That being said, like, I understand some of the downsides of an auction house. I just still don't. It's like there needs to be another option somewhere that doesn't make the game feel like it's from 1990. But Artificer's Orb, ooh. Wait, which one is that? Oh, never mind. I always get excited when I see Artificer's Orb, but it's not that exciting of one. I should probably recolor it. A Vol Orb is a bit more exciting. Last league, Breach was supposed to be OP. Interesting. I never did much Breach last league. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I never got the right tablets, but I feel like I was only able to do it a few times. I guess I wasn't really looking for it, but... Alright. Identify, put away my unique. I wonder how much that's selling for. Probably not much, right? Let me just open up the trade site. Not much. You looked it up. Yeah, I think it's a. At least my Exile UI overlay thingy is telling me that it's a tier 5 unique, which I think is the lowest tier. So, not much indeed. There's another ultimatum that's not... It's area level 66, but it's not the 10 trials that would grant me ascendancy points. So I don't know if I'm just getting unlucky, because they said those should appear at 65, and they have not been appearing yet.
Time is of the essence.
All right, next map. Let's do Breach, Delirium, and Boss in the swamp. Oh, Sump. Oof. I don't like Sump. Oh well, let's do it. Sump is the one with all the flowers, I think. Yep. All right, let's fog it up. Left to right. Somebody on Google said that the direction you enter this matters. That's the direction the fog goes. I have no idea if that's true or not. Because I thought the fog was a ring anyway that expands outwards, and it's not just a single direction. There are so many conflicting ideas on the fog. But I've just found if I just kill stuff and keep running, it generally works for me. I really want to understand it more than that, but it has worked for me to do it that way. So that's, I guess, how I'm gonna just keep doing it. But yeah, you can see when I run to the northwest, the fog kind of moves to the northwest, so that makes me think like that's the overall direction I'm supposed to be going. It's just, it's not clear where, and I don't know how far ahead I am. Like, am I close to the front of the fog? Am I close to the back of the fog? Who knows? Not this way.
Need more time.
Now we have to go against the fog, so we're probably going to be out of it pretty soon. Oh, yep. Wrong direction again. Oh, I don't want to go do the boss. So that's probably it for the delirium. Timer still hasn't started. So yeah, I just look at this experience compared to the Breach, and I'm like, something is not balanced there. Like, Breach has really been hard for me to keep open, and Delirium, on the other hand, not so bad. Alright, 4 splinters, 2 ire, and 2 guilt. Nice. Ire is worth 1/15. I literally wrote it down. Guilt is worth 1/3 of an exalt. So value-wise, I didn't get too much. The splinters are worth about 1/5, I think, of an exalt, so we got like 1 exalt from all that. That's not bad. Now, the thing I don't like is that you're kind of encouraged to leave loot behind or to quick pick it up, so I end up having to retrace the entire map. There's a little bit of a weird incentivization structure of like, don't pick up items, but like, do pick up items if you don't want to die. Alright, you need to die. Speaking of death. Breach is short and intense mechanic. But see, my experience is that Breach is not intense. There weren't that many enemies spawning the last few times I've done it. I ran out of enemies to kill. It's not like there were so many that I was struggling. I found Delirium to be just far more interesting and intense and lengthy. It's like more of everything. Now, again, I haven't done that many breaches, so maybe I've just gotten a little unlucky or something, or there's something I still don't get. We'll find out here in a moment. We're about to do another one. Let's see how this one goes. Clear out the randos here real quick. Let me do this strongbox first, actually. Ow. That was a pathetic freeze. I might have a buff that reduces the time of that. Is it Wind Dancer? Does Wind Dancer do something like that? No, that doesn't do that. I feel like I might have picked a passive that maybe not. Or I might have an item that does that. No, maybe not. Anyway, all right, here we go. Let's see what happens here. Let's stay in the middle for a minute. Oh, okay, we can't go that way. So we gotta follow this. And then kill the enemies that are on this edge. But then see, what was I supposed to do there? I don't know. I'm not understanding Breach. Or I'm bad at it, or that's just how it works and I can accept it. I don't know. Wait, what am I doing? The map's not done. We still have a lot of rares to kill. Whoa, some lag. Alright, 3 more. Greater rune is always appreciated. Uh-oh, network lag is going through the roof right now. Jeez. Oh, this is bad. Well, we're playing a slideshow right now. Jeez. Oh, it's because my computer's now doing the thing. Dropping 66% of frames to Twitch. Sorry, everybody. It'll get better. This is my... What's happening currently, stream-wise, is my fault. I don't know what it's about. It does only last a couple minutes. What? What? Oh. Wait, why is this an orange checkpoint, though? If it's not a boss checkpoint. That's confusing. It's blue on the map, but it's orange. Huh. I thought orange meant... I mean, yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's her. Hey girl, long time no see. How's your motorcycle going these days?
Straight through the art.
Would you stop? Ah. Oh yeah, overhead projectors were great. I definitely grew up with those. And the TV cart, you know? TV cart was always a good time. Alright, almost there. Oh, don't die. There we go. So, another thing that I'm curious about. I have yet to get a single tablet. I got a tablet of each type the first time I did each mechanic. I think that's guaranteed. Or I got extremely lucky. It's guaranteed or I got extremely lucky. But I have gotten multiple Overseer tablets from boss fights. But I haven't gotten any, like... And I guess I've gotten ritual tablets around rituals. But like Delirium and Breach, I haven't gotten anything. So I don't know on average, like how many breaches do you need to do to get a tablet, but... Oh. +3 to projectile skills. That's... interesting. Okay, nowhere near enough damage. But if I hit that with some exalts, I'm interested in that. And this one has crit chance. Lightning damage. Oh wait, what happens? I run out of dexterity? Or what's the problem there? I don't have enough dexterity for this bow. Actually, yeah, that's what's happening. That's why nothing works. It's always so annoying. Do I have a ring that can give me dexterity just for a moment? So I can find out that 29 to dexterity. So I can see relatively, is this even close? No. Because this bow has a ton of fire damage, a ton of lightning damage, and some attack speed. This one has physical damage and lightning damage. Good chance. I guess it's only got 4 mods on it, though. So that could be worth hitting with some exalts, if we get lucky.
What is it?
The lightning damage is just too crappy of a roll, though. No, I'm gonna say no to that. Get out of here.
Go.
I lied. I don't want you. Alright, so yeah, see, we've got 3 boss tablets. And we got a bunch of ritual ones, but I've only gotten 1 delirium and 1 breach. So I need more of those. And then this is where I'm putting stuff that might be okay for my current character. And then the next map is going to be... Oh, area contains 10 additional packs of plague monsters. Quantity, rarity. I just like seeing quantity and rarity of items. What can I say? I'm a simple man. Let's do another breach. I'm gonna keep trying breach until I like it or until I figured it out. Even if it kills me. Alright. Wow, this guy's got a lot of life. Jeez. Whoa. Buddy got an emerald for me? Let's look at that right now. 9% increased attack damage. Surely that alone is worth something. Plus a chance for pierce, which is a non-zero thing. Wow, I am Speedy Gonzalez with this acceleration shrine. Okay, here's the breach. Let's plan out our route a little bit. So, hopefully this is not a dead end. It kind of is. No, I'll be able to go this way from breach, I think. Alright, so we'll follow it left for just a minute here, and then we'll go down to the right. Okay, so now I'm going this way. There's a splinter. Now, do I need to stay near the edge? Does the game care where I physically am, or is it only about kills? Wow. Now is not the time for a wisp. Thank you very much. Okay. Got a couple splinters. No tablets, though. Yeah. Yeah, I don't quite understand the vibes of that one as much as Delirium. Delirium makes sense. And like, how am I ever gonna... I guess you only need 1 tablet for every so many breaches, so maybe I'm fine. Because like... They did change the mechanics, so now 1 tablet, you know, will give you 14 breaches or whatever. So that does add up. Oh, this was still waiting for me? I don't know how that didn't disappear. going on here? Let's not get blown up by that. Almost did.
That was almost a challenge.
Ooh, rare ring. This shrine is hurting me. Okay. Quiver. Solar amulet. Just... I love when we can take out rares without even needing to use our single target damage. It does feel good. Definitely seeing a lot more items that are tier 2 now that we're doing tier 2 maps compared to the tier 1 maps. You're probably worth single target damage. Who do we got over here? Brutal Stench. Oh, you're not going to be long for this world. And you dropped a Regal Orb for me? Thank you, sir. Oh, I got a little too far away from this other guy without noticing. Oh, but we get another acceleration shrine. Look at that attack speed. Gosh. And we got a Vol Orb and an Exalt. All kinds of good things. Nice. Hideout? So many things to read. Life, cold resistance, evasion. That's a lot of evasion and armor, right? And a lot of life. And it's got 20% cold resist. I don't know. Maybe someone wants it. 3 exalts and it can be yours. No. Physical fire, crit chance, dexterity, accuracy rating. Flat damage wise, this one is adding about 40 max damage already. This one's only 20. This thing is better than I ever understood it was. What's up, Havalis? Life, fire resistance, lightning resistance, chaos resistance. Ooh. Triple whammy on resists. If I need a section for things that I want to exalt slam. I guess that's this section. And then do I care about more amulets? Not really. Fire resistance adds physical damage. Increased. Whoa, 25% increased fire damage. That's a lot. And life. This could be a good ring. I don't know. 10? Is that crazy? Maybe. I'd rather overprice it than underprice it. Because if no one buys it, you know, every so many days, I might just take everything from that page and either just sell it if I was already selling it for just a few exalts,
Need to create a
or
complete bridge.
you know, reduce the price. All right, map boss. I am still enjoying the breach idea. Like I want breach to work for me. I want to get a bunch of splinters. I want to have good breaches, which is different than good bridges. But I just can't seem to get more than a couple splinters, and then that's it. And there's no extra bonus, there's no extra drops. It just kind of feels like a weak mechanic compared to the other ones. Oh, well, that's a dead end. Okay, well, here's our breach hand. So we definitely need to go left with it, because the map runs out that direction. Here we go. Oh my gosh. I didn't even get a chance to kill enemies because of the way the map... Alright, it's official. I don't like breach. Oh man. It just doesn't... You know, that's now like the 5th one I've done in this stream, maybe 4th. I lost count. But in a lot of the maps I've played, the map geometry has prevented it from spawning enough enemies for it to go longer than a few seconds. That's happened like 3 times now. Like a lot of maps have little tunnels like that. I don't know. And I get that like eventually you can start speccing your Atlas, you know, tree to support breach and stuff, but that's like not till later. Like you need to at least have enough of an experience with the breaches, you know, the way they are, the vanilla breach experience, to be able to get tablets and splinters to support those things eventually. I don't know. And maybe you're right. Maybe they did nerf it because it was too good last league, and now it's kind of in a weird place. I don't know much about the meta of last league or anything, so I can't speak to that. You got a div, Apollos? Congratulations on that. That would feel good. Hold. Oh. I don't think the lightning damage is enough. Yeah, and this mine has a lot of fire damage, and this one, the cold damage is nowhere near that much. Okay. All right. A lot of people seem to buy ritual tablets. Interesting. What's funny about ritual is ritual's the only one that I've actually gotten tablets to drop after the first one. That you're kind of guaranteed when you do a mechanic. So that one I actually have a couple tablets already. Oop. Alright, we've still got another 2 rituals in this place. Here is one of them.
Wait!
Wow, that was a dense crowd of monsters. Should I open the ritual and the strongbox at the same time? Oh, it won't let me. Bummer. I was gonna go for it. Might have been a bad idea, but I was gonna go for it.
Need more time.
What's up, T-Chevy? I probably should be on tier 3 maps, given how much I'm kind of demolishing tier 2 maps. We should probably keep climbing the ladder.
Need more time.
I like to play it safe. I'd rather have a game that's slightly easier and more chill than like every single map I feel like I'm scrapping it out just to survive. That gets a little too stressful.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, I
luck's
meant
on
to
this
enchant
side.
that. Whoops. Right now. Okay. So none of these matter. Damage with bowskin. I don't think any of those are any good. So we can finally get our Vol Orb if we want it. Let's go do the final one, because there's still one more. Probably over here somewhere. Maybe. Yep, here it is.
You don't stand a chance. Straight through the air.
Tornadoes are not good to stand inside of. In case that wasn't obvious.
Hold on.
Alright. Kill you. There are a lot of enemies in these rituals. Jeez. Look at how much ritual money I have. Alright, well, I'm definitely taking the Vol Orb. And that's no good. The damage rolls are just crap. I don't think any of these are good, so we'll take the special thingy and we'll re-roll. And then we can defer something if we want to. Like an Alk. Guarded by 32 packs. Jeez. This has life, cold resistance, lightning resistance, and chaos, but the problem is the life roll is pretty low, so I don't think that's... I mean, I'm sure it's worth at least one Exalt. So maybe I'll just buy it and sell it and see if someone bites. I guess that's all my money. Alright, identify... What's this? Ooh. Not good enough? Not good enough. Have I looked since I leveled up at all my shield options? And spear options? Probably don't want to switch to that. And then... yeah, I don't really think there's anything worth messing with in there. I'll sell this for, I don't know, 2 exalts. I think that's a minimum of my times value. Because I'm getting 1 or 2 exalts per map in most cases. So. I don't think I need more of these. I guess we'll take 1 more. Okay, and then I've already exalt slammed everything I'm currently using. So I guess we can exalt slam these and see what happens. 1 to 4 physical damage. Come on, man. That needed to be like 10 to 40. Ugh. 5 to 9 fire damage. That's just not... I'm not gonna cut it. Alright, well, we tried. Move speed? Nope. Instead it did armor and stun threshold. 10% move speed? We got a move speed. That's... I mean, is that better than what I'm using? Hold on. It's only 10% move speed, though. Vol it? Why not? I don't even know what that did. Did that do anything? I should have paid more attention. And then should I put... Here's... Because if people are searching for items, is it good to put a rune in it to give it more resistances so that it shows up in people's searches for, like, I want the sum of the resistances to be a certain amount? Or are people smart enough to filter... I'm guessing some of them don't filter out the gems. So it might show up in more people's searches if I put in a rune, is what I'm saying. Why not? Let's do it. Runes aren't worth that much. Yeah, it definitely didn't increase the movement speed. Let's go with 5. Oh yeah, corrupted and no quality. I mean, it'll be fine for someone, you know, that just wants some resistances now. You never know. Alright, that I wanted to sell.
Go.
And then we're on to the next map, which is gonna be... what? More monster packs? Sure. I have any good... oh, there... no, that's a good one. Quantity and rarity... 175% increased crit chance? That's pretty high. Yeah, it did have +3 on skills, but the rest of the stuff was crap, so it didn't really matter. %89% magic pack size. We'll run with that. Alright, we could do the hideout map. Aren't they bigger now? Didn't they say they were making some changes to hideout maps?
Straight through the art. That's the real of the old. A clean kill.
Jeez. Intense right out of the gate.
The hunter
Oh, we got a buddy. Who's got a unique item. Who's leap slamming. Oh my gosh. Is this like a meme? Okay, I thought it was just like he was gonna leap slam literally everywhere, and that would be hilarious. They know one skill, and it is leap slam. I'm not gonna lie, I sometimes cannot see what's happening. And I have no idea if I'm about to get smacked when I'm doing all that lightning. Alright, what all were you using? A bunch of crap, mostly. 2 to 42 lightning damage. That's not bad. That's worth maybe hitting with some stuff. +1 to all projectile skills, and a resistance, and life. That might be a good one. And then what's this? Requires level 11, so probably not that great. I mean, I'm sure that's decent at some point.
Yes.
I already have one. Okay, which one's better? Probably the 13% attack speed. A couple less damage and a couple less stun build up, but I think the attack speed probably pays off more than that. Okay. Is this one even worth anything? Or should I just sell it? Like, vendor sell it. Rafina, Forge Maul. 2 Vol Orbs, 2 Regals. Yeah, it's not even worth an Exalt. Okay. I'll just get rid of it. Get rid of that, get rid of that.
Of course.
Get rid of this. And then what did I want to do here? I wanted to try out 21 to strength. I guess that's life. That's life. I always forget that strength is life. And then Regal, 6% rarity. So if you're summing up resists, it won't add in the runes, but it might add in the ones that like add on to the item, which makes sense because that's kind of how items work, scaling wise. Like the damage that gets added to the weapon gets scaled by increased damage, which is why it's so strong. What am I doing? Do I want to exalt these? I mean, what do I have? I have life, mana, crit damage bonus, which is kind of pointless, energy shield, which is pointless, some more life, and some fire resistance. So really, this amulet is just rarity of items found and life. That's pretty much all it is. And I mean, some mana. I guess it's a decent amount of mana, but this one is far less life and far less resistances and +1 to level of all projectile skills. Like, how good is that, actually? It's not that much damage. Like 10% or less. I will risk one more exalt on you. Of course, it rolled with increased armor. That's probably trash now. Who uses armor and projectiles? I guess maybe a mercenary? I don't know. Whatever. Maybe someone will want to reimburse me for my exalts. And then this one, I'm gonna hit it. Ooh, 3 to 4 physical damage. That's not very much damage, but it's something. 21% increased lightning damage. Now we're talking. Now we're talking, baby. Well, unfortunately, I don't have enough dexterity without this other ring. Or something. What's happening? What is... Oh, it's just the skill gem level requires 146. Got it. Okay.
What is it?
I'll try not to cock it up a second time.
Okay. So... Holy damage, Batman. Average damage per use of Lightning Spear goes from 2278... Or sorry, it goes from 1800 to 2300. Damn, that's good. Alright, well, we're doing that. We're doing that. I'll sell this other ring. Maybe someone will want it. I'm overpricing all my things because then if I sell 1 or 2 of them, I'm great. Alright, so... I mean, I don't actually know if I'm overpricing them. That's the hard part. I could be underpricing them. Who knows? Anyway, what did I lose? I lost some resistances. My resistances are not great. I could switch a fire over to a lightning. Do I have a fire rune? Yeah. So then if I switch you to a lightning... Wait, which one's fire? That one's fire. Have I gone mad? Is that not the same icon? Is this glitched? It is. It says Lesser Storm Rune right there, but that is very much the graphics for a fire rune. Interesting. Apparently it doesn't change the graphic when you replace a rune. Okay, that gets us a little bit more close to our max resists. Alright, well now I'm gonna one-shot things even better than before. A chance shard. Ooh. That's worth a lot, actually. Do the different runes even have different graphics? Yeah. What do you mean? Like when they're in your when they're in your stash and stuff, they all have their own little pictures. They're like letters, you know, like some weird archaic alphabet system. Oh. Proximal after they're socketed. Oh. Apparently they all look exactly the same when they're socketed. That is such a... This game is in the 21st century. You'd think the socketed items would actually retain their looks. That's really weird. Like, I wouldn't have even considered for a moment that socketed runes wouldn't look like themselves. I didn't even consider that possibility until you brought that up.
Another trophy.
I wonder why that is. Well, we got some good drops on this map. I like having a rogue exile. Is that guaranteed that there's rogue exiles on the on the hideout maps? Whoops, I did not mean to sell those. That's not the first time I've done that. Nor will it be the last.
The nameless creep ever closer.
Alright, get my scrolls of identification. Contains a strong box. Sure. What is that? A unique map. Ooh, let's go do that with our quantity and rarity of items. The Fractured Lake.
This lake seems
Whoa.
here, mortal. You will not
I think I saw this in one of the patchy things. Patch videos or something.
straight through the air.
This is crazy. Okay, I should go kill the uniques back here. And when I say uniques, I mean rares. Oh wait, all the rares are doubled up? All the rares are doubled? Oh, how fun. A Chaos Orb. Ooh. Wait, that... I can never keep all the orbs straight. Chaos Orbs are worth more than... Right? More than an Exalt?
There is no more
Speaking of
wisdom
Exalts.
to be had here, only anger.
I just Beetlejuiced that thing into existence. Wow, this map is awesome. I bet they juiced the drops for this map so people like it. Okay, we want people to like this unique map, so let's make a bunch of currency orbs drop. I do remember runes didn't used to be replaceable, but even in that context, it's still helpful to see what rune is socketed in certain items. Especially like on the trade side, or if you've got a bunch of stuff in your, whatchamacallit, in your stash. This doubled up rares situation is really cool. And it's actually really helpful for my build because it's actually easier for me to kill 2 of something than 1 of something because of lightning spear chaining. It's based on a PoE 1 league that wasn't very popular. Oh, the double rares thing. Yeah, I don't know if it should be its own mechanic. It feels like it could be a modifier on a map, like some sort of unique modifier that shows up sometimes. Oh, the map is based on the mechanic. Okay. Ooh, another Chaos Orb. Alright, I gotta find out how much those things are worth. Oh, is that water? Kind of felt like I was in the sky, almost, like a weird spirit sky. I guess it kind of looks like water. And there are little splashes when the things come up. But I'm gonna call it spirit water.
I will have my freedom.
Oh, Kalandra. It's because of Kalandra's mirrors. It all makes sense now. And this is the mirror dimension, so that's why there's double of everything. Alright, what do we got? Jeweler's Orb, Stone Rune. More orbs. I'm almost full inventory.
it all you want. It won't change a thing.
Alright. Where are we going? That way? Oh, I should probably grab the checkpoint.
Only death
Oh.
can bring new life.
Scurry. So yeah, something about the NVIDIA DLSS does really weird things with certain graphics. Like the whole map looks fine, but then this looks like it got JPEG'd to death. And this happened when I was running the, what's it called? The rooms, the roguelike rooms thing. Trials of the Sekima. There were certain things that looked like this too. And it's really weird. Ooh. Wait, what?
A cracked mirror shows only a fractured image.
I've enough in my pack already.
I kind of need that. Please and thank you. Okay, so what is this? -1 prefix modifier allowed, +1 suffix modifier allowed. I don't know enough about which things are what to care. That seems pretty meh. Cool map, though. Slightly worse for my build because I had to activate the enemies before I could kill them. So it's kind of a non-bow with my lightning spear. That's a lot of fire damage. Attack speed, probably not though. I mean, should I keep that amulet for some reason? I don't have any of that type yet. Alright, put away. Okay, and then what was the Chaos Orb price? Yeah, okay, Chaoses are worth more. They're worth about 3 exalts each, and I got 2 of those, so that was a good map. That was a good map indeed. Alright, what do we want? Probably just more quantity of items found. Just kind of generically better. Or I could go these 3. Take that one off. Do those for rarity. Nah, let's do that. It's fine. Yeah, exactly, Alor. It's like I don't really understand enough to know. It would be very specific circumstances where it's like, oh, you want to roll these 2 damage types, and then you can roll, you know, because normally you wouldn't be able to roll 2 damage types and attack speed or something. But with the prefix suffix switchage, you can, and then everything's great. All right, I love Sea Spit or Sand Spit. It's one of my favorite maps. And we got ourselves some fog.
No one knows your name. No one.
The hunt is on.
Look at all those enemies.
Wait.
Try not to die.
That was almost a
Getting a lot of lag right now for some reason.
Need a moment.
Sometimes those lag spikes make me look like I have the reaction time of a goldfish. Oop. My thing's still not dropping frames, so I think this is a server side problem. Not that it matters. Out while I'm here. Yeah, I mean, we did at least half the map. Exalted Orb, thank you for that. Oh, wow, that was so... Ugh. Okay, so what happened there is... The first guys, that means I don't get my rewards. Oh, I do. Okay. Thank goodness. So I got attacked, which interrupted an attack I was gonna do. And then I saw that there was a guy that had Cold a Week ready. Or I guess what happened is I was about to Cold a Week a guy over here. And right before that happened, I got hit, which exploded my Wind Dancer, which killed the guy I was gonna cull, which then meant I wasn't moving, like, because Cold a Week will, you know, jump you over there. And then I wasn't jumping over there. And then all of a sudden I was dead. What can you do? Sometimes just get wrecked. But yeah, that was just a really very specific sequence of events. Alright, I guess I still have to go back up there to do the ritual. I can go through the middle here. But yeah, I love using Cold a Week as a movement skill, and I actively do it that way on purpose sometimes, but I guess there is a downside to using it as movement, and we just discovered that. Oh, you can't go through the middle right here. Well, just kidding. And there's still a whole breach to do? Oh boy. Now, when I say a whole breach, I mean something that will last for about 8 seconds, but you know. It'll be something. Alright, so the question is, do I run south or north? I mean, I guess I'll start north. Doesn't matter. Well, there's lag. Okay, game crashed. Oh, the game crashed. That's new. That's the first crash I've had since I started Dawn of the Hunt. Wow. That's a first. I wonder if it's because I changed my graphics settings. Probably find Breach less disappointing if I didn't pre-clear it. Would I though? Because that wouldn't... At least my understanding was it doesn't matter. Like, it's not going to make Breach last longer because there's more random monsters around, right? Alright, let's see if we're still in the thick of it here. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Okay. Perfect. The fact that you can resume your game after the game crashes is pretty great.
Need a moment.
Adaptive Catalyst. Yeah, no, I agree with that. It would kind of just be like, oh, this just happens as I'm clearing the normal map. Yeah, they close really fast, even if you're killing every single monster that shows up. So I'm not sure. Oh yeah, and then it doesn't drop rewards. I keep expecting it to drop something like Simulacrum does. Or Delirium, whatever it's called. Oh, this is annoying. The map got unexplored. That is the annoying part when it crashes. I forgot about that. I forgot about it because it hasn't crashed in forever, which is great news.
Clean kill.
I mean, I guess I can sell these. I'm not doing much with my gold these days. Maybe I should be. And I have no memory of where the other two... Will it let me go to this one? It will. Okay, that's good. Because I need to hit this boss over here. And here's a strong box.
Straight through the arc.
You guys out, get a couple items that don't matter. Ritual. Alright. I'm feeling the damage boost that we got from that ring. It is pretty awesome. We got a Fabled Stag. When did I see an Asmari Spirit? I do not remember that part. Must have happened in the middle of our Delirium chase. What do we got? Another Dextral Alchemy? I feel like we keep getting a bunch of those. And you're gonna give me an Exalted Orb for 624 Tribute? I'm taking that. I don't even need to know what else there is. And there's still one more somewhere. Holy speed. Alright, so now we just gotta find the last ritual and we will be all done. I think this is it. And then there's another strongbox.
Lightning strikes twice.
Gosh, these boils and the purple things, I can't go anywhere. This whole map is exploding. Alright, and what do we got? +3 to melee skills, 15... That's... maybe okay. Huh. I don't know. Just grab something to sell. Greater body rune. Sweet. Alright. Well, that was a good map. Minus the breach giving us nothing. I mean, I didn't even get one splinter.
Yes.
I feel like you should get a splinter if you just even open the dang thing. Okay, maybe not that easy, but you know, you get what I'm saying. It feels like I did enough to at least get one splinter. Physical, critical, strength, fire, cold resistance, and life. Not bad. Those are pretty hefty resistances too. Yeah, I might sell that for 2 exalts. Try to, at least.
Speak.
You can see most of my items that I've thought I could sell are not selling, so I'm probably thinking things are worth more than an exalt when they're not. What's that? Adaptive catalyst? This is other quality types. Oh. How much is that worth?
Hello there.
What even is that? Is that an essence? Oh, I did get something from Breach, apparently. Or was that from the last run? Okay, it's worth slightly more than 1 exalt. And we got Greed, Ire, Guilt, some exalts, a rune. Another Omen of Dextral Alchemy, which I don't think those are worth anything, right? Omen of Dextral Alchemy. 4 of them gives me an Exalted Orb. They're a quarter. If an Exalted Orb is $1, it's like a Regal Orb. It's not bad. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to call it a stream for now. I'm gonna go do dinner. And then I might stream some more tonight, actually. So... let me actually... I think dinner's gonna be short enough that it makes more sense to do dinner time break than it does to... I think I can get dinner started and then run a couple maps, and then from there it'll only be a short break. So I'll be right back. All right. We're back. Probably about 20 more minutes and then I'll do dinner. We got mapping to do, people. Can't take too long to eat.
What is it?
Alright, what are we doing? Do I even want to do this map? This map is crap. It's all bad stuff. I wonder if they need a and I'm only speaking for like map tiers 1 and 2. It's very possible that this feels very different when you're getting into the higher numbers. But at least for now, it's like there's no point to juice a map up with the negative affixes because the only positive they give you is an increased waystone drop chance. But I already have 1,000,000 waystones, so that's not a thing that I need anymore. I don't need that drop chance to sustain, and so those are kind of pointless. So really, you just want to, you know, juice up maps and hope you get ones that have a low waystone drop chance, because then that means you're actually getting things that are going to make the maps better for you, like more monsters or better quality of items, that sort of thing. Like I'll do just increased number of monster packs. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get rid of it, but it certainly isn't super great. I really want Breach to work. I just can't seem to get it to work, but I'm going to do another one with Breach. Let's just keep doing Breach until I stop complaining. Could be a long stream.
The prettier the plant, the deadlier it tends to be. Straight through the app.
Can a map have 2 breaches? Or will it just add breach to a different map if you, like, do a breach on the tower? Okay, well, here's my breach. Let's just hit it and see what happens. Oh, what is happening? I can't attack. Breach Lords. Oh, there's a temporal enemy. That's what's happening. No wonder I felt like things were going south for me.
Hold on.
No, the clasped hand. Didn't get to walk over it. We lagging? Nope, just me. Alright, that was some stuff. That was a lot of enemies. We got an Exalted Orb to grab. We got a Regal Shard, which is really not worth very much. Cinched Boots I'll try out. Breach Splinter. I still feel like... Okay, nope, I'm not gonna complain. I just want more Breach Splinters is all. Greater Rebirth Room.
Right in the gut.
Watching, it is just an incredible amount of satisfaction to watch a lightning whiz from one side of the screen to the other and then kill something. That is just pure joy in this game. Yeah, I'll take a spear, I guess. Where am I even going? This is a big map, and I probably should clear this guy before I keep going, and that ritual. Otherwise, I'm not going to want to come back this way. Oh, you know, part of my lag might be because I forgot to turn off my OBS preview, so my graphics card is rendering the game playing like 4 times.
That was almost a challenge.
Alright, I'm just making sure there's no more rituals over here. 100 breach splinters is a pen. Oh, it's only 100? Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better. So that means getting one of them is equivalent to getting 3 of the delirium splinters, or whatever they're called. Simulacrum splinters. Alright. I'll just move on here. Guess we gotta kill this unique to the south. I keep calling them uniques. My brain's broken. I don't know why. Something about Diablo 2 and they were always uniques and you wanted to kill uniques. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess the question is, to me, because Breach has certainly given me way less stuff than Delirium. In terms of, like, Delirium is always giving me, like, even if I do a crappy job in Delirium, you at least get one. Like, even if you just kill a couple monsters. And I've been, you know, since I can map clear pretty quick with this build, I've been able to get like 3 or 4 pretty much every time. And Breach has given me often 0. The most I've gotten was 3 splinters in one. So, and I've only gotten 1 actual item. Like, if you don't count the splinters, I've only gotten 1 thing that's Breach related. But if they're meant to be more rare and more powerful, then that's fine. It is kind of a feel bad to do a whole mechanic, I don't know what you call the event. It is kind of a feel bad to do a whole event and get 0 items. 0 splinters, 0 whatever. And in some of those cases, it wasn't just because, like, I was stuck on some enemy that was doing extra damage to me. It's like, no, I was following the map and killing every single enemy that showed up, and I got nothing. So that kind of sucks. What's considered a Tier 2 Nexus? I was wondering the same thing, Hephalis. If anybody knows... Like, I'm guessing it's a Tier 2 map on a Nexus, but I don't know for sure that's what that means. Alright, what do you got? Another Exalted Orb? Sure. Take those all day. So, map level 6 to 9? I don't know what you mean by that. I think it's just Tier 2. So, like, what I'm doing right now, a Waystone Tier 2, it has to have 4 modifiers on it to do the whole Corrupted Nexus thing. But I think I can just do a Tier 2 map on a Corrupted Nexus and that's it. So it's kind of like the other one, where you had to do 10 Tier 2 maps. Now you just have to do a Tier 2 Nexus, and then a Tier 3 Nexus, and then a Tier 4. They are going to change that because it's awful, because finding a Corrupted Nexus is way harder than just doing 10 maps of that tier. So they said in today's update that they're thinking about, or not they are going to change that. Might still be a week or two, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to grind out those Corrupted Nexi. Get out of here. Oh, pack is full?
A place to put my feet up.
I think everything just for selling. Where did that come from and why did I pick it up? I don't know. No movement speed, no life.
Beware those.
Alright, back we go. And there's something down here? Oh, the shrine center. How do I get over there? There we go. Another rune. Ouch. Oh, there's still an enemy alive. I thought he was dead. What the heck? That was... I thought I just saw a corpse move. Need some more life. Getting chonked. All right. We already know that the rewards weren't great, right? So we'll re-roll, and then we've got a Regal and another Exalted and an Omen of Refreshment. And a unique that costs deferral that I can't afford. What a bummer. Can I sell items back? That's sad. Not that I care about the unique, but cannot have energy shield. Huh. I'll defer all the things that have value. Call it a day. Alright. That's not the map. We still have more rares. One more rare. Which is you, Rot Dweller. Cool. Cool. So that is that. Get some junk. Throw some junk away. 20 additional packs of all monsters. Increased pack size. Oh, no. Temporal Chains is the only mod I look at and actually consider not doing the map just because of personal desire. It's like I just hate being slow. Ugh. Decay, Hidden Grotto, or Crypt. I don't remember what those all are. Let's do this one. Alright, I am gonna have to go here in a minute too, but maybe we can get through this map. Temporal Chains isn't gonna help me out, is it? Oh my gosh, it's just awful. It's so bad. Ugh, can't even move. Oh. Why, GGG, why?
Lightning strikes twice.
Buffs last longer? Oh boy. So do debuffs. I mean, I don't really have that many buffs going on, so it's not really gonna change much. Technically my, whatchamacallit, that gives me a bit more lightning to innervate, that one. But that one's constantly triggered anyway, so. really matter. It's just the movement speed that feels crappy. If they wanted to slow your attack speed or whatever, like that's one thing, but playing with the player's movement speed for the entire map is just, it almost just feels like punishment for the sake of punishment. Alright, let's get you guys out of here. Apparently you have a lot of life, too. Wow. I didn't want to roll into that. That is a long stun. Is that stun longer because of temporal change? Oh my gosh, that appeared out of nowhere, too. Jeez. Well, I know, I could have just trashed it, but I wanted to run it because it has, oh, it has good parts. Gosh, those things are nuts. What are those? I've never seen these before. Is that the essence of something from the essence doodad? Yeah, almost every time I run a Temporal Chains map, I'm like, maybe I just shouldn't have. I might just stop running them altogether. But then that's frustrating, right? Because then it's like, oh, I just don't want to run it because it has Temporal Chains, but then it feels like now some percentage of maps just get bricked. And that feels wasteful.
Need more time.
Alright, let's see if we can get anything from Breach this time.
Hold on.
While I move through soup, can't see what's happening. Alright, where are you at? I can't see that. There it is. Can't go that way. Dodge. Okay. This is probably the end of the breach. There's too much going on. Oof. I think I might have missed. I didn't see any of the hands, but I was kind of distracted by not dying there, so I probably missed them.
Lightning strike twice. Proof of me prowess.
Alright. We did the breach. I guess we got experience and items from it. You know, like breach monsters drop normal drops, right? So that's a thing. Or maybe it's... Am I wrong? Maybe breach monsters don't drop normal drops. I don't actually know that. I guess I'll take the bow, but there's a low chance we're going to use a chaos damage. Because it won't convert to lightning damage. That's probably not going to happen. Yeah. Do delirium monsters drop normal drops? So, like the extra ones that spawn from the fog? Was that slowing me down even more?
Bloody fossil.
Is it just physical conversion? Yeah, on Lightning Spear. It's actually on all of them. Physical, 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 and that one's physical, yeah. So really, like, when I have modifiers that add, like, fire and cold damage, those are decent, but they're not quite as good. It's important to note, though, I do have a lot of bonuses to attack damage, projectile damage, and elemental damage, all of which also work with fire and cold. Chaos in specific, though, is going to have even less bonuses because none of the elementals will participate in chaos damage. So I would only get stuff from, like, attack and projectile bonuses. But
A sight for sore eyes.
Speak.
all right, what's that? 4 to melee skills, 80% elemental damage. Someone might want that. All right. 4 to projectile skills, 2 to 50 to lightning, and increased physical damage, which doesn't matter because you didn't roll physical damage. Ah, you were the chosen one. No one will want that. You don't know that. Somebody might want it someday. I'm gonna think about that one. All right, I gotta go do dinner break. Dinner break. I'm gonna call it 30 minutes. I don't know how long it'll be exactly. Wait, I thought percent elemental applied to all. Like, that applies if you use lightning spear, it'll increase, that adds on to your lightning spear damage. Right? Well, you can explain. I'll read it when I get back. My oven is beeping at me. Alright, I will stream more later.